example, some people they think like
Yeah,
real
they
estate.
think it's easy and you make a lot of money.
Yeah, because a lot of people they think real estate is one of the easiest way. Like you buy a property and rent it out, and then you just wait for cash flow coming
Yeah,
in.
well, that's also a thing that that I don't understand, because a lot of property owners do not know a lot about property regulations and stuff like that. But that's also the part where they make a lot of mistakes and where they lose a lot of money.
It's the most amount of money that you have made in a single year.
That we made in a single year.
Yeah.
That's actually a very difficult
No,
question.
you don't need to have the exact number. Just give a range because
I think around 10 million.
around a million. Wow, that's. Hey guys, welcome back to BMK Mindset, and today we are here in Amsterdam at Investors Fair 2024. And I'm very super excited because today I'm going to be asking some of the different questions, the curious questions to different investors who are doing well in the different sectors. So we're going to be asking them some of the questions, and I hope that you are going to enjoy this video. So without wasting much of your time, let's go around.
And we loan it out to loan takers who develop properties, houses in the Netherlands.
And you also do in the different investing real estate, like maybe rentals or on the...
No rentals, because in the Dutch regulation about rental is very strict. So actually in the rental market you cannot earn any money in this moment.
How long have you been in this business?
15 years already.
15 years,
yeah.
Wow, that's a long, so you have experience.
Yes.
So what do you think that most of the companies, they fail in five first years?
They fail in the five?
Yeah. Why does most of the companies fail in the 5 years? Why do you think that?
Well, I don't know, maybe because they do not have enough knowledge about the market they invest in, or well, maybe they take too much risks.
Okay. And what are some challenges that you have faced in this business? What are some challenges?
A big challenge is the government regulation. So I think in the last 5 years we've got so many new regulations, like I've never seen it in 50 years that I'm working in real estate. So that's a big challenge, because you have to change also your company. Because we started with the rental market, so we also have a big a lot of real estate ourselves that we're renting out, and you always have to be like very strict with the government regulations in the Netherlands. So you have to adjust your company if they make new regulations.
Wow, that's strange. Like because like investing in the other country, do you also, is your company also invest only in the Netherlands? Also, it's also abroad, people from maybe America or
no,
UK?
Not America. We do have some customers in Spain, but that's actually the only other country. So you can still invest in real estate in the Netherlands as long as you don't rent it out.
Okay, so you can just invest in Netherlands, but you don't rent it out.
Yeah, so what we do, we give out the loans to the developers, and they buy a property and then sell it again.
They sell it again. Oh, but you just buy to sell, not buy to own.
Yes.
Wow, and that is because of the regulation of the government?
Yeah, because the government, what they have done is they said, okay, for like, I think 70% of the rental houses in the Netherlands, they have decided what rent prices have to be. And there's a strict regulation about that. So it's actually much lower than the market rental price. But how do you say it? The amount that you have to pay to buy the property and everything else,
renovation, everything,
it's like just the same.
So you mean like the taxes regulation in Netherlands, they are too difficult for investors in the real estate?
Yeah, not only taxes, but also the rules about rent prices, and there are a lot of municipalities in the Netherlands that have like areas in their city that you are not allowed to rent it out anymore. So there's a lot of regulations.
Wow, so, and what keep you motivated when you face those kind of challenges? What keep you strong?
Well, I'm an entrepreneur, so if you are an entrepreneur, you always have to be creative and look at the market and see what kind of other chances do I have to make money. So that's as a team, we're always thinking about that, and then we see other chances, and that keeps us motivated also as a team.
Wow, and so how do you manage your risk? Like, because most people, like when they are new start investing,
they're always afraid of the risk because they are on investing. Every investment have a risk. So how do you handle the risk?
Well, we are real estate experts, so we do know a lot about the properties that the loan takers are buying. So we can do a very strict due diligence on that to see if what they are doing is also if they can make it a success. And also we take a lot of security. So the loan takers, they sign privately for the loan, but also with their companies. And also we take, I don't know the English word, but the Dutch word is eerste hypotheekrecht.
Or it's like a mortgage.
Yeah.
Take
So
a mortgage.
yeah, we take a mortgage on the property. So in the worst case, if the loan taker cannot pay back us the loan, then we have the property to sell.
Oh, so you are insured. So you make sure you insure yourself from the risk.
Yeah.
So you know, in this generation, our generation, a lot of young people right now, new investors or new business owners, like they want quick money. So they think you want to invest in crypto. When the crypto is going down, they want to invest in different assets. So what's the best financial advice that you can give to our young generation right now?
I also saw it in the real estate a couple of years ago. There were a lot of courses that people were promising you that you could buy real estate and get very rich with it. So that's totally bullshit. So I think the first thing that you have to do is just work really hard to earn your money first. And if you have done that, then you have enough money to do some investments. So, and I will also say, if you are doing investments, just also be sure that you only do it with money that you can. If you lose it, that you can afford.
So what do you regret, like in the business? What do you think that I wish I knew this before starting investing in the real estate?
Oh, that's a difficult question.
Like maybe something like maybe you did it and then after you realize, wow, I think I did a mistake.
We also did a lot of
Mistakes.
property development ourselves, and we are not the best property developers ourselves. So
those were
that's
kind of
actually why we finance them at the moment, because that is like a very difficult part of the job. You have to have a lot of knowledge about regulations, about license and stuff like that. So I think we also lost a lot of money on
because
that part.
that's also part of the game, because there's every investing you have to also involve with the risk, and you have to understand the risk involved. So as a business owner, what's the best part of being a business owner or being an entrepreneur? What's the best part?
The freedom that you have.
The freedom.
So freedom, if you have a new idea, then you can implement it directly, or you can discuss it to implement it later, or you can just do all the things that you like.
Just do things that you like, not like waking up.
And then if you do the things that you like, it becomes a passion. And if you work as a passion, it doesn't feel like work.
Wow, that's very good. So, any advice that you can give to any new generation, that any new business owner who is planning maybe to start investing in real estate, either maybe in rental properties or in commercial properties, what's the best financial advice you can give out?
Well, I don't think it's a financial advice, but I think just go and search out what your passion is. And if you follow your passion, then anything you will do will become a success. So do not start in property because of your real estate, because you think you can earn a lot of money.
Oh, the neighbor,
I think if you have a passion and you can make your work out of that, then you will become successful in the end. Maybe it takes you a little longer, but at the end you are more successful and you are a lot happier.
And what do you think that when it comes to real estate, or when it comes to being an entrepreneur, what do you think that people take it misconception, or they think maybe they don't understand it? What do you think is that one?
So can you explain what you mean?
In investing in the real estate, what do you think that people out there, they think is they take it misconception? For example, some people they think like real
they
estate,
think it's easy and you make a lot of money.
because a lot of people they think real estate is one of the easiest way, like you buy a property and rent it out, and then you just wait for cash flow coming in.
Well, that's also a thing that I don't understand, because a lot of property owners do not know a lot about property regulations and stuff like that. But that's also the part where they make a lot of mistakes and where they lose a lot of money.
And what is the difficult part of being an entrepreneur? Like the difficult part?
Difficult part. Well, you have always the responsibility for your team to make sure that they get their salary at the end of the month, and you're always responsible for the success of your company. So, I don't have like a strict
Rules?
no, like if you look at your work and private balance, there isn't, because if in the weekend there is something wrong in the properties, we have to make sure that it's fixed because tenants are living there.
Oh, so you manage also the properties?
Yeah, we also do manage properties. We have like 3 companies.
Yeah.
So we have Fortis, that are the funds. We have a company that is doing the property management, and we have a company where we develop also real estate.
Oh, no, I understand.
Yeah.
So you also, for example, I have my own rentals.
Yeah.
I can come to Fortis and tell them, hey, I don't want to deal with tenants.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with calling me at night to
Yeah.
come and fix the toilet. So I can come to you, and you can also help me to manage my property.
Yeah.
Okay, so what makes you different from? What do you think makes you unique from different?
Actually, if you look at the property management, that's like a going down market in the Netherlands because a lot of investors are selling their properties at this moment because of the regulations. So actually, we are not doing a lot in that company at the moment. But I think if you look at the funds, what makes us different is really that we are like real estate experts who finance real estate, and the most companies that finance real estate are not real estate experts, and that's also why they make a lot of mistakes.
Wow. So do you only invest in real estate, or you have also some other different asset classes?
No, at this
that you
moment
invest?
only real estate.
Only real estate?
Yeah.
No like stocks or anything else?
No.
Only real estate?
No, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. If you look at the real estate, it's like your interests are higher than if you invest in stocks. Yeah, and it's also a lot more stable. and
So,
safe.
yeah, because when it comes to real estate and stock market, it's like they try to compete it. So on your own opinion, what do you think like people think about real estate or the stock market? What do you think?
Well, the great thing about real estate is if you own it, you can influence the worth of it. So if you make adjustments, if you put like more square meters on it, or you get a higher energy label, your real estate is already more worth than it was when you bought it. And if you have stocks, you cannot influence the company. So,
And they say the real estate, they make money when you are buying, not when you are selling. What does that one mean?
well, that means if you are buying the property, then you have to make sure that you buy it for the best price. Like the lower you buy it, the best interest you can make. But in this market, that's very difficult. That was the case like 5 years ago. 5 years ago, we bought apartments in Rotterdam for 80,000 euros, like 100 square meters apartment. And at this moment, you have to pay 300,000 euros for it. So there is such a crisis if you look at real estate in the Netherlands. That it's not. It's like how do you say it? It's not.
Stable. The market.
Yeah, it is. It's still stable, but it's not like real to think that you can still buy property.
Buy property now.
Price or below the asking price. It's very difficult.
So what do you advise? For example, I personally as an individual, if I have one property, just own one property and have like 3 or 4 units that are rental, do you advise me to look for the managing company, or it's easier for me to manage myself because I want to get as much cash flow as possible?
Well, I would always advise to get a property manager because we know a lot about the regulations. So I also have a lot of clients that do not know the regulations, and because of that you make mistakes. And if you make a mistake in the Netherlands, the fines are very high.
Very high.
So also the government can close your property if they want to. In Rotterdam, you will get a fine for 90,000 euros.
90,000.
Yes, so that's a lot of money. So I think that if you just give your property to a property manager, the risk that you take if you do it yourself is much higher than the amount that you have to pay to a property manager. And also the mistake that a lot of property owners make is that they get an emotional connection with the tenant. As if the tenant is not paying the rent or doesn't want to leave the property, then it gets very difficult. And we do not have that emotional connections with the tenant. So if the tenant doesn't pay his rent, then we just follow the rules.
Okay, so do you also help, for example, as you said about the mortgage? For example, if I'm an investor, I'm a client, and I want to acquire more mortgage, I'm looking for the mortgage, I want to get a loan to buy more property. You also help your customers in the process of like maybe looking for nice mortgage or kind of
we only finance people who are buying properties to sell it again. So
to sell it again,
so
not
buy to let.
to lend. Oh, okay. Now I understand. And the business, you know, the business when you're investing because you want to make money and you want also to keep the business going. What do you think is the highest, what do you think is the most amount of money that the business have generated in the single year? In the single, like your business, the business photos, how much do you think that is the most amount of money that it have made in a single year?
That we made in a single year?
Yeah.
That's actually a very difficult question.
No, you don't need to have the exact number, just give a range because, you know.
I think around 10 million.
Around $1 million. Wow, thanks so much for your time,
Yeah.
and I hope people are going to check
Yeah.
their company and they see what they're doing. Thanks so much for your time.
You too.
I appreciate it.
Good luck to them.